I'm in London with my little travel studio, and the watch that we're going to look at today was absolutely inevitable. It's been rumoured since they launched the gold version. We are off to see Vacheron Constantin and their new 222 in steel. I got hands-on with this at Vacheron's Club 1755, which is such a nice place. I want a flat like this in central London on Bond Street. That would be absolutely ideal. It's called Club 1755 because that is the year that Vacheron started it, and this is their 270th anniversary. Vacheron Constantin is the longest continuously running watchmaker, which is such an insane title to have. Vacheron has stated that as this is their 270th anniversary, they're going to mark this point with a series of celebrations, starting off with this 222 in steel. The original 222 was launched in 1977, and it was named the 222 because that was the 222nd anniversary of Vacheron Constantin. But it was a response to Patek's Nautilus and AP's Royal Oak. This was a contentious time within the watch world because these three watches marked a drastic change in all of the watch brands' designs. This was such a departure from what they were known to do, which is very traditional dress watches, complicated dress watches. There is a big difference between these three watches though. Well, one of them and the other two. The Nautilus and the Royal Oak were designed by Gerald Genta, which you probably know. The 222, however, was designed by a chap called Jörg Heisek. And although the Nautilus and the Royal Oak are still going today, and not much has really changed with those watches, the 222 had a very short lifespan. It was discontinued in 1984 when it was taken over by the 333. That, again, didn't have a very long lifespan. That was discontinued and was replaced by the Phidias. That also didn't have a long lifespan and was discontinued in 1996 when the Overseas was launched. That then stuck, and the Overseas is still part of Vacheron's offering. It was their only sports integrated bracelet watch that has continued until the present day. That was until 2022 when Vacheron, as part of their Historique collection, relaunched the 222, but only in yellow gold. We all knew the steel was going to happen because it's such an obvious move, a move that we all wanted. And back with the original lineup of the 222 back in the 70s, there was a whole cluster of these watches. So it was kind of inevitable that a steel version would come. And it's here, and it's absolutely perfect. Vacheron's Historique collection is an interesting one. A lot of brands do reissues or reinterpretations, and it's often a modern version of something from the past. Whereas Vacheron's Historique collection is more of a true representation of what that watch actually was. It hasn't been inspired by a watch of old. It's a very true reproduction of what the original one was. There have been some movement adjustments and there have been some minor refinements around the bracelet and case, but as a package, it is pretty much the same product. And so I guess that means this is a timeless design. It's very interesting that at the time they decided to discontinue it, but I'm glad they brought it back. So this is a stainless steel case. It's exactly the same specs as the gold version. We have a 37mm wide case. It's 7.95mm thick. It only has 50 meters water resistance for a sports watch. That isn't great, but if we're going to be honest, then this isn't really going to be used for all that many sports. We've got this beautiful flat blue dial with white gold markers and hands, and both of those have a little bit of lume inside. The movement inside this thing is an in-house caliber 2455/2. This is a genuine in-house movement. It's an automatic, has hours, minutes, and hacking seconds. I know that's an odd thing to mention, but watches of this level don't always have hacking seconds. It only has 40 hours of power reserve, 27 joules, but it's not chronometer certified. It does, however, have the Genevan hallmark, which is Geneva's stamp of approval. For what this is lacking in power reserve capabilities, it's absolutely made up by its finishing. The price of this thing is a lot of money. This is £30,800 or $32,000 US. That is just a lot of money. A lot of people are commenting about the price, and I agree, it's a huge amount of cash. There's no two ways around that. However, it is in line with the market. If you think about the AP Royal Oak, the Jumbo, that retails for a little bit more, £31,000. So I guess we have to accept that this is in line with the watch market. When it comes to integrated bracelet sports watches, there's such a massive offering out there now. But there are only a few that get it absolutely right. And I feel like the 222 is one of the few that get it absolutely right. When we think about luxury sports watches, this is a perfect example of that. The thinness of the case, the daintiness of the bracelet gives off this elegance, gives off this refinement. That's where the luxury comes from.
but it's also packaged with this very aggressive bezel. The mid case is just this big flat piece of steel with these very angular lugs that then lead into this very angular bracelet. So you have this nice mixture of elegant engineering within quite obviously aggressive, purposeful design. Again, this isn't going to be all that purposeful beyond just looking absolutely stunning. Then, of course, you have the finishing. And the finishing is exactly what you would expect from a watch brand of this level. The whole case and bracelet are brushed on top, and then you've got these beautifully, very fine chamfered edges, which is highly polished. All of those highly polished elements just frame the whole watch beautifully. This isn't one of those sports watches that screams money or screams anything. This is a very understated, perhaps stealth wealth watch. This is classy. This video isn't sponsored by Vacheron Constantin. This video is sponsored by my shop. So if you like these videos and want to support us, jump over to barkandjack.com and check out the watch straps and watch accessories that we have over there. Nothing's going to work on this watch. It's got an integrated bracelet. But we have a whole load of straps over there that really change the aesthetic of your watch, especially if it comes on a bracelet. Change it up, make it a bit more sporty, a bit more adventurous. But also, you can just hit subscribe down there because that helps a lot as well. Back to the watch. I want to know your opinions on this. What are your thoughts on the 222 in steel? Do you prefer the gold? Do you want to see a two-tone 222? My opinions are, I want a gold and a steel version. A steel version for every day, gold for when I'm feeling a bit fancy. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like the style of this video, then hit the subscribe button down there and that little bell icon to get notifications when I drop a new video. And if you're on Instagram, give me a follow at Bark and Jack. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.